Kia ora te whānau. Welcome to this video about user control and freedom, the third of 10 of Jacob Nielsen's usability heuristics. Have you ever wished that you had a Control-Z button for life? Ever said something or did something that you immediately wish that you could undo? Or ended up in a situation that you wanted to get out of pronto? You're definitely not the only one. Imagine getting this message on your phone, and then imagine being the poor person who accidentally sent it to every smartphone in Hawaii by mistake. Yep, this really happened, and I'm sure that that person wished that they had a Control-Z button for life, too. User control and freedom, the third heuristic, suggests that users often perform actions by mistake. And don't we know it? They need a clearly marked emergency exit to leave the unwanted action without having to go through an extended process. Aside from the Control-Z shortcut to undo an action, user control and freedom can look like back, forward, undo, redo, and cancel buttons. But they can also be features like being able to unsend a message, like on WhatsApp or Messenger, or edit a post, like on Discord or Slack. Funny story, when I was looking up images to put on this slide, I tried to find autocorrect fails that would be suitable to put on these tutorials. I didn't really find any that went inappropriate. But if you want something to laugh about, I really recommend looking up autocorrect fail on Google image search. I bet those people wish they had an undo button too. While user control and freedom seems pretty straightforward, we've probably all experienced when it hasn't been used, or when it has been deliberately ignored for someone else's benefit. There are two specific ways that developers can do this, among others. First, they can hide the X. This means creating pop-ups or actions that are difficult to get out of. A good example would be if you go onto a website and a pop-up appears to encourage you to sign up to their mailing list. A developer could make it more difficult for you to find the close or X button to cancel the pop-up, either by placing it somewhere random on the screen, making it transparent or of a similar color to the background so that it's harder to see, or even using confusing language within the pop-up box itself. Theoretically, this could force you to do what the pop-up is asking you to do, but it probably just means that you're going to try and get the heck out of Dodge. Developers can also make pages sticky by disabling the back button. Ever tried to click the back button on your browser only to have the same page keep reloading? That's not a glitch, it's intentional, and it's not cool. This heuristic is all about confidence. Visibility of system status builds trust using communication. Match between system and the real world builds trust using familiarity. User control and freedom builds trust by allowing users a safe place to try things and make mistakes without permanent consequences. If you know that you can easily edit, undo, or back out of something, you're more likely to give it a go. Let's have a look at this in action. So here we are on Disney+. I'm pretty sure that a lot of us have spent a fair amount of time on streaming platforms recently. And let's say I have no idea about what Moana is about, but I want to check it out. And so I'm going to play the movie. And then I realized I actually didn't want to watch Moana at all. I wanted to watch Inside Out, which is one of my favorites. So I can easily back out, right? Just by clicking there. Imagine if we didn't have that option. We had no user control and freedom. So clicking on a movie meant we had to watch it, or we had to quit the website entirely. There's another really subtle version of this on the same page. Say I can add it to my list. And you see the visibility of system status when it turns into a tick, and even when I hover over it. But the cool thing is, to take it off my list, I just have to click it again. It seems pretty simple. You can also see this in action in the browser itself. You've got the back button, the forward button, can't use it, and refresh. So I can just refresh it if it gets frozen or if it's waiting to respond. So that's it. User control and freedom in action. Let's recap for retrieval. The third Nielsen heuristic is user control and freedom. Users often perform actions by mistake. They need a clearly marked emergency exit to leave the unwanted action without having to go through an extended process. This can look like easily accessible buttons or shortcuts to go back, forward, undo, redo, cancel, and edit actions. But user control and freedom can also be manipulated to push users into certain actions, like hiding the X or close buttons, or disabling the back button in your browser. If you can't easily get out of a situation, either in real life or online, that's a red flag. This heuristic is all about confidence. If we know we can easily go back, undo, edit, or cancel an action, we're more inclined to explore and try new things, confident that we won't end up making catastrophic mistakes, like telling everyone in Hawaii there's a ballistic missile on the way when there isn't. Ngā kia koutou. Thanks for watching, team. Remember, you can always reach out by email, through Discord, or by coming along to our class sessions if you need any help. From me and Gary, ka kite, kia haumaru te noho.